versus Team Yukon, women's team. On sheet 3 are two teams that the 2017 Travelers Organizing Committee would like to recognize who presented the memento of the city of Kingston. From Team Northwest Territories, playing with the Yellowknife Rugby Club, we have Skip Jim Paulson. Third, Mitchell Wiles. Second, Nick Roday. And lead, Clayton Pilar. And from Ontario, in the Richmond Hill Curling Club, we have Skip John St. Denis. Third, Stephen Anderson. Second, Jordan Keon. And lead, Chris Miller. We sincerely hope this event will remind you of big times and big friendships you've had while visiting our great city of Kingston. Over sheet number 4, we have Ontario versus Newfoundland. Sheet number 5, Nova Scotia versus PEI. And sheet number 6, Manitoba versus New Brunswick. Let the games begin and good curling to you all.
Good evening and welcome to Draw 6 at the Travelers Curling Club Championship in Kingston, Ontario. I'm Patty Staples and I'm here in the booth with my son David Staples. We're pretty excited to be commentating on our feature game of the Northwest Territories versus Ontario men.
Good evening. Should be a good matchup. Ontario 1-0 had the bye today, and they're looking to pick up where they left off this evening. And Northwest Territories looking to turn themselves around a little bit and have a good evening.
So a year ago at this time, I'm doing the mother's privilege and saying that we were out in Kelowna and I had the opportunity to watch both David and my husband Sandy represent Ontario in this Travelers Club Curling Championship in beautiful Kelowna. It's a great day today in Kingston, 13, 14 degrees. We almost matched Kelowna's weather last year.
Almost. They didn't have any snow that was melting, though.
This is true.
I'm glad that you mentioned it, because my friends were bugging me how much I would mention it, so it doesn't count now.
So the Northwest Territories delivering the first rock. Clayton Pilak.
I cooked it a bit.
Just slipping a little deep there, wanted a guard. John St. Denis with the more aggressive call, going to throw the corner.
The lead for the Ontario team is Curtis Samoy. Curtis is a change in lineup for the Ontario team because Pete Laidlaw is in Mexico for his sister's wedding. So Curtis was brought in at the lead position, and he'd like to give a shout out to Pete and the Richmond Hill Curling Club.
And congratulations to Peter Laidlaw, the next former Miss Laidlaw.
You want to look at it? All right. I don't need to look at it.
A little bit short there.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate.
It's slower than it was this morning.
No, I don't like it there.
So we're going in?
And Clayton Pilak delivering his second. Clayton wanted us to say hi to his wife Delma, his daughters Haley, Estelle, Christine, and his son CJ, as well as his grandchildren and his mom and dad.
Yep. Whoa. Okay, good one.
That's a nice shot by Clayton. Good center guard and covers a little bit of stone, so the Ontario team isn't able to head and roll in.
So last night, David, on this sheet, or yesterday afternoon, it was running pretty straight outside in, so hack weight hit being called here.
Yeah, that isn't a lot of ice right now.
Whoa, whoa!
Nice shot there by Curtis. A little bit of outside sweeping, trying to make it carve it in a little bit, trying to help it curl.
Just throw. Wait.
Hack.
Now Curtis did roll a little bit, so it would be nice here for Northwest Territories to get a little flop in behind that guard, force Ontario into the run back.
Yep.
Yeah, we have second Nick Brevet for the Northwest Territories delivering this rock.
Real hard, you guys. Hard. Harder. Hard. Right up.
Nice shot. No roll. Nick wanted us to say hello to his parents, Marshall and Michelle, his sister
Thank
Mandy,
God.
and his lovely girlfriend, Tanya.
You gotta keep her, Tanya.
Yep.
Curtis called on right out of Jordan's hand here. Going hard to get behind the guard.
Hard.
Close.
Great brush.
Ooh.
Jordan moved up to play second when Pete Laidlaw had
Either-
conflict in his
Hey, Nick.
schedule.
Or here's okay too.
Northwest Territories calling a second guard here. Called it in tight, kind of close to the second one.
Whoa.
I would like to see them
Whoa,
leave it a little
heavy.
bit higher, try to make the double peel for Ontario a little harder.
Absolutely. I think the closer you group these rocks, the easier it makes it for Ontario to get a
And-
double, if not a triple.
Down.
And Jim called that one a little heavy. Good break for Ontario.
Just control.
So Jordan Kean being asked to throw control weight at this, make the double. Jordan wanted us to say hello to his wife Katie, his boys Finn and Maddox, and his mom Arlene and Grandma Jean, who are here watching him.
Whoa. Yep.
So they're trying for
Yeah.
the, not the double, they're trying for the
Oh.
hit and roll here.
Yeah.
Try to spill their shooter on.
Yep. Hard.
Even leave a corner's pretty good.
Roll it in.
Oh, nice shot.
Nice
That
shot.
is a good shot, yeah. I like that. A lot of teams would have just chased after that one, kind of half buried behind that center. A little bit of tougher shot, but I like this. It sets you up later. It keeps a deuce in play.
It's interesting the Territories aren't following that with the hit on the corner guard and roll back for the center.
When you're placing this guard, you got to be sure to cover the right side of that blue stone, so
Whoa.
they can't play that kind of quiet weight hit that they played earlier, and kind of roll behind the yellow
Freeze it.
guard now.
Freeze it.
Go there.
Freeze it. Whoa.
Slipping a little deeper than they wanted.
Whoa.
Not too bad. No double by Ontario. Still leaves them the hit and roll option. Okay, so I should have said no double and roll towards the yellow.
The corner guard.
Yeah.
He's going to hit and roll open.
Yeah.
Take the opportunity now. Clean things up a bit.
Yep.
Keeps the blank in play and
Whoa.
things
Yep.
don't work out for
Yep.
your deuce.
Steven Anderson now throwing for Ontario, throwing
Yeah.
third stones.
Okay.
Not a bad shot.
No.
Once. Yeah.
Oh, we got another chance.
No, kind of unfortunate. If it curls up a little bit more and you're right in front of the blue, it really puts a lot of pressure on the Northwest Territories. Kind of got unlucky there. It curled too much for the double, not enough for the roll in front.
So Mitchell Wiles being asked for another guard. Mitchell wanted us to say hello to his wife Jocelyn and his parents Louis and Jennifer.
Whoa.
You a bit surprised that he's
Whoa.
not hitting the
Whoa.
yellow,
Whoa.
David?
Whoa.
Yeah, I
Whoa,
think I would
whoa.
be. I think it's going to work out pretty well for him, though. That sits a little bit. Just slipped a little bit too deep. It's interesting. John has to be careful here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I would have hit the yellow. Maybe tried to roll behind the yellow corner yourself and take that away from John.
Yeah.
It catches this.
The guard.
Yeah, it'll catch that.
It would be hard not to leave him either that yellow raise or that hack weight come around and hit and roll behind the corner we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
You can try it. Just hate to do this.
So solid weight being asked from Steve Anderson. Steve wanted us to say hi to his wife Caitlin and his little guy
Yep.
Aiden, who just turned 2.
Whoa!
Steve also had a brother, Mike, who just finished up the mixed championship. And they actually were
Nice shot.
successful. They beat Robert Desjardins in the final. It
Yeah, it
was
wasn't
a
automatic.
good comeback win, coming back from 3-1. Shout out to the whole Ontario team, Mike, Danielle, Shauner, and Lauren. Congratulations, guys, and best of luck at the Worlds.
Yep.
And I should mention that
Give me ice right here.
Stephen did ask us to acknowledge his brother's win. Okay, so the the Northwest Territory skip, Jim Paulson, going down to hit and roll, hopefully in front of the other yellow.
And we did talk right through. That was a great shot there by Steven. That was not an easy double, and he made that well.
So Jim has asked us to say hi to his son Les and daughter-in-law Ashley, his grandson Joseph, who's 6, Terry Shea, the ice maker in Yellowknife, and Bob Williams, the head fishing guy at Plummer's Lodge.
No. Yep.
Nice shot.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
So a fair bit of separation between the blue and the yellow, though. Should be able to.
Yeah.
Forces
that
John to
out.
deal with it.
What do you think he's going to do this way?
I had one. We had one like control board
Yeah.
here. I'm gonna throw like board.
Yep.
That should be pretty good.
So John has asked us to say hello to his beautiful wife, who's an Ironman athlete, Kate,
Wow.
his kids, Leo and Sophie, and his grandfather, Keith Sidwell, who introduced John to curling.
I think Ironman trumps curler in terms of athleticism.
I would agree.
Pretty good.
Clean. Close. Yeah. Whoa.
John's got a nice delivery. Comes out, just a little
Whoa,
poke
whoa,
to
whoa.
help straighten it. This looks pretty good.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Yep, nice shot.
Yeah, nice quiet
Should
weight.
hang around.
Sit
Great
down.
shot. Northwest Territories could have a perfect roll behind that guard. Could still take away the Ontario 2. Or at least leave a very tough shot for it.
Actually, give me a bit less. A little less.
If he makes a perfect roll, do you think John will take on the run back? Or you like him to see him throwing a hack waiter instead?
Well,
Or just take
it
this one.
Yeah, so it runs very straight. So certainly is in your favor with calling the outside in run back on this ice. You only give up 1 point if you miss it. You potentially score 2 if you make it. Kind of depends on how he's feeling about room placement. It's only his second game, so he might decide that the better thing is to take your one, but we'll wait and see.
It's true. I always find you're a little bit of a disadvantage when you have that bye early in the week.
Real hard.
Yep.
This is
All
curling.
hard. Right up.
Front end is on it. Trying to hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
And they
going underneath the yellow.
Did good job, but not enough to hang on there.
Yeah.
John's going to have an open draw for 2.
Yeah, trying the split.
Throw like back 4 kind of thing. Just touch it. We should be good.
Yeah.
Good call. Just needs to chisel this over just a little bit.
You like that
Spill a
ice?
shooter on.
You like the ice?
Yeah.
Steve
Really
likes the ice.
really no risk in this. Throwing back 4 weight, you know you're going to get your 2 for sure anyway.
4?
And even if it over curls, you tap the yellow onto the rings and you still get your deuce.
Oh, and
I don't think it'll bust crazy.
back 4 is a great way to choose for this. It's an easier shot. If you need to, you'd be throwing back line at this. Sorry, if you would need to make the split for 3, you'd have to throw back line at this.
Okay.
But back 4, you guarantee that you're getting 2.
For sure.
The worst thing you want to do is you miss it and your shooter goes through the house and suddenly you're forced to 1 out of nowhere.
Out of your own doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did that 2 weeks ago.
Little tight.
What? Yep.
Yep.
Whoa, whoa.
Mine looks
looking
pretty
a
close.
little
It's not moving
hotter
a lot.
than back 4, but
It's close.
Keep going. Keep going. Drag it over. Drag it
think
over.
it's
Drag
got
it
it.
over.
for the curl.
Shot, Johnny.
Nice shot.
Great. And I would agree
Ready?
that's a lot more than back 4.
Yeah,
Nice work by the outside sweeper there.
very good.
Thank you.
So, huge
Did it
3
get
points
in?
on the board for Ontario
Okay.
as
Yeah. Good thing. Yeah. Well, it didn't curl at all.
go into the next end and
Yeah, 2 really nice shots by John there. And I would say that double by Steve set the end up for them.
oh, that was a beautiful shot. Yep, left both yellow rocks in the house and
Yeah.
cleared out the blue.
And we pounded his.
So the fans at home can see we've got a good crowd at the curling club out enjoying the curling from these teams across Canada.
Curtis being asked to go in the top 4 here. Should be a fairly quick path. Northwest Territories was using this to their
Just
draw
top
the
8.
button.
Just top 8's good.
14-3, that should be all there.
I think with Curtis is just that fresh path, that first rock. Yeah.
Beauty
They're
shot.
referring to their first rock in the last end. The one that came out just a little bit light and hogged, and they were kind of surprised by it. Maybe questioning if that rock was a little bit heavy.
Jim Paulson asking Clayton Pilak to put up a corner guard.
It's a good call. You're down 3 early. You want to generate a little bit of offense. You want some guards in play.
Yeah, the only good thing about being down 3, it's
Easy,
early
wait
and there's
only.
still 7 more
Whoa.
ends.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa,
It's a
whoa.
long game.
This is
Yep.
looking
Yep.
like it
Yep.
might slide in.
Yep. Hard. That's good. Whoa. Whoa. Ah.
That's a bit unfortunate. Makes it possible for Ontario to remove this rock since it slipped into the rings and no longer in the free guard zone where the first 2 rocks can't be removed.
Yeah, I think
From
Jim was
play.
just a little bit too focused there on line. He wanted to get that over so wasn't intruding on his draw to the 4-foot
Oh.
path if need be later in the end. But
Jordan.
just slipped a
Jordan.
little bit too deep.
Yeah,
It's a little
But-
wide
Jordan.
right now.
Jordan.
our front end isn't mic'd, so
Whoa,
really
whoa.
couldn't tell if they
Oh, there you
were
go.
Attaboy.
Great shot.
letting Jim know that he was tight on his own without sweeping.
It's true. It's a front ender's job to let the skip know where the weight is. As we go around the rink, we have Manitoba getting 1 in the first end. Quebec, steal of 4, and that was a Manitoba
Whoa,
men, and the
whoa,
Quebec
whoa,
women
whoa,
steal
whoa.
of 4 in the first end.
Over the Yukon territory.
Yes.
just a little
Yeah, Newfoundland
outside
gave
on
up a
this
steal
one.
of 1 to Ontario in the first end. Nova Scotia, they got their 1 in the first end. PI now with hammer. And sheet 6, we see the Manitoba women getting their 1, and New Brunswick now with the hammer.
Ontario continuing to put pressure on this team from the Northwest Territories.
Yeah, I was trying to peer over the sheet 6 scoreboard. What happened on that last one? Were they trying a hit on our sheet?
Easy,
yes.
easy.
Yeah.
And he was, he just got a bit wide, and
Uh,
that outside in
Easy.
path
Just
with
let it die
weight
there. That's
just
fine.
runs really straight.
it is. It's very release sensitive too. If you flare it a little bit or that little bit positive, which helps you on a lot of ice surfaces with a lot of curl, it's going to hurt you out here. It's a little sensitive.
So Jim Paulson asking Nick Rivet to double off the front two Ontario Stones.
This is thrown hard.
Yep.
Looks good.
Yep.
Yeah,
Hard.
should
Looks
be-
like it's
Right up,
destined
right
for
up.
the crotch.
Yep. Very nice.
Great shot. And
Oh,
spins
it's
to
been-
corner guard.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Great shot by Nick Rivet.
John St. Denis can peel off that guard.
Yeah. This is a good call. You're up 3. Looks thin right now, but I think he has it. Ah, nice
Yeah,
shot.
Just enough. It'll be interesting to see if Jim Paulson continues to put up corners or if he switches up and thinks he's going to blank. Oh, calling a
Welcome back
freeze.
here.
I don't love the freeze, but I like he called the bump. The bump, Ontario probably peels it out, and then you have a nice rock to freeze to behind the tee line, your shot, and you hope you get a miss out of Ontario.
Yeah.
Right off. Right off.
Once you start bringing
Right
play
off.
into the house.
I agree. I like delaying it a bit. If this is me, I think I throw 2 more corners, and I think Vice's last. You try to draw back 12 around that, force them into playing kind of that 6-foot run back.
Sure.
Yeah.
A little more complicated shot.
Yeah. And a perfect freeze is hard. Drawing around it's not easy, but it's you have a bit of room to work with.
Fair. Bit of weight coming here. Sweeping for the curl. It's got
Nice
the
shot.
rock. It's probably just as happy not to stick around.
Back 6 inches.
No, rocks in play are not helping right here. Later in the end, John's first. I guess, yeah, if he would have stuck around the 12-foot there, it's pretty, I'd say that helped for them. Getting a force here, it's still very early. You can't really coast off your lead at this point and be defensive the entire game.
No, as we said, there's a lot of game left. Mitchell Wiles being asked to freeze down this rock in this house.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, line looked nice.
Whoa.
Work.
Whoa. Whoa.
Territory
Still a
team
little
not
wide.
sweeping
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
for curl.
Just keep sliding, sliding, sliding. Sit.
Pretty nice weight.
Almost. No.
So I'm assuming John St. Denis will just get rid of everything. Well,
Sure if
perhaps
he
not.
indicated that, yeah.
No.
Looks like a pretty good shot by Steve.
Very nice.
Should stick around there.
Yep. Yep. That's fine.
It's a nice shot, but it is a little bit of a pocket. We'll see if Northwest Territories
same
tries
shot,
to
man.
use it. Yeah. Yeah, it would be a great shot. Throw the same weight, just get a little bit over on the other side of it. And Ontario's going to be hard-pressed to remove it.
That second Ontario rock actually makes it a little bit harder, not easier.
Oh yeah, if you're frozen anywhere low on this rock,
Whoa,
you
whoa, whoa,
can't
whoa,
remove
whoa,
it.
whoa, 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 whoa. Right off, right off.
It's got room again. I think it's just a little bit heavier.
Yeah, just a little heavy and just not carving in for them. Yeah, that's
Weight was pretty good.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see them take a little bit less weight ice there.
yeah,
They could have even frozen on that outside rock.
absolutely. Yeah. That would have been the better option. A little bit of an over curl. John St. Denis heading down. It's going to hit this rock. Not sure if he indicated to take his other yellow that's beside it off as well. Or
No, it looks like he's throwing it hard from the broom placement, but I don't know where he intends the shooter to end up. Almost anywhere in play is pretty good. John was a longtime supporter of the Toronto Major League. Earned himself the nickname Johnny Tuesday.
Whoa.
He used to clean up.
Yep.
Great over, Stevie.
Very nice shot by John. Very nice to hang that rock on, because
You
now
under?
Northwest Tories can't play the blank. Sorry, can't play the double and get their blank. They're committed to at least the force, so now they're going to play this shot hoping to get their two still. Good freeze here, and John won't be able to remove it.
Yeah.
And he could throw a guard, or could try to throw another one in the ring somewhere. He'll have to deal with it.
Guard obviously could still be run in by the territories, but still be forced to one.
Yep.
The weight looks pretty close.
Yep.
I'm still not used to actually watching from this angle.
hard.
Holy smokes.
We're up about 2
Real hard,
blocks,
you guys. All the way.
and it looks like they're
Hard.
barreling out every single time.
Hard.
Now this is coming to a stop here. Guys from the Northwest Terriers working hard.
Nope.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
Just cover this, say. He's got this, that's about it. Just cover the draw.
Yeah. I mean, if you're here, that's not terrible.
No, if the line's good, bring it right in. But
Yeah. Here?
I don't think he's hitting into the top 8, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little less than that.
so. You heard the discussion between John St. Denis and Stephen Anderson, where they'd like this
Aim for top
rock
8. I mean, if the line's good, we'll keep going, but.
to end
I
up.
mean, top 8 center line is perfect.
Won't leave a lot for the Northwest Territories that run back in this.
And good discussion there between John and his front end too. That's an important thing to do as a skip. Really talk to your front end of where this rock's supposed to be. Let them know, because ultimately it's up to them where this rock's going to end up, and they need to know kind of the tolerance, the different options, and what you're trying to accomplish. And Curtis and
Line's
Jordan are
good.
sharp guys too. They this is both their third time appearance at Travelers Nationals.
Where is it?
Just top 8.
First time was
Just top 8.
Jordan was
Looks
vice,
heavy,
and
still heavy.
Curtis was second, I believe, for
Whoa,
Greg
whoa,
Ballston,
whoa.
losing the final in
Yep, just
2011.
led.
And then they come back in
Whoa, easy,
Skip
easy,
and Vice
easy, easy.
in 2012.
Shot,
Now
Johnny.
their third appearance.
Yeah, good judge.
Old hat for these guys.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a closet full of Ontario uniforms. Smaller closet than Glenn
got it,
Howard's,
Jim.
but still, a closet.
It would be the envy of a lot of club curlers for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Just tap him back.
So Jim Paulson's hoping to just tap back the yellow shot rock and walk away with his one.
Maybe an inch more. No. Little left.
Yeah, I like this call. Even if you, realistically, if you only give up one here, you're still in this game. And I think this is your best chance for
I
it.
agree.
You can wick off that side one and just roll on top of it. If it does curl for you, though, and it is kind of tight to that guard, you can get your one here. This is a good call.
Front end just
I like the line.
Yep.
Ooh, that made a sharp move.
Hard.
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 Jeez.
Real hard. Hard, you
all
guys.
over the
Right
guard.
up. Whoa.
Okay,
Whoa.
should
Whoa.
let this curl now.
They're tapping it, but that is
Gee,
unfortunate.
that's, yeah.
4.
Oh, wow. That's too bad.
Yeah.
Definitely a situation where
I'm
I'd like
not
to
con-
have your sweepers have the brooms down and
Yeah, I'm fairly convinced that picked. It looked pretty good. He
It-
threw it really nicely. He had a little
Yeah,
positive throw to it. That should ride
I
well.
don't know if
Yeah,
you need to
I
restart
agree.
forward.
Yeah.
it
Yellow.
was looking pretty good and all of a sudden
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
It's too bad.
took a sharp turn.
You hate to see picks affect the game like that, but unfortunately, I think they'll always be a part of it.
Oh, I don't think we'll ever get away
No.
from that. Curtis Samoy being asked to deliver this rock top 4.
Nice defensive call. When you have the lead here,
That's cutting.
last thing you want is
Picked or something.
guards in play.
Whoa.
You just heard John say there he thinks this one picked too as it over curls.
I'm not sure.
You guys got 3? 3? 4?
Uh-oh. That's a lot.
Interesting call. I thought he would have been asking Clayton Pilak to put up a corner.
I agree. Especially with this first one, given the Ontario team can't hit it. It's always nice to have that guard.
All the way hard.
I think
Real
to
hard.
get something going, you
Get
need
it
to put
there.
up a couple corners and
All the way hard.
hope
Hard,
for
hard,
a few
hard, hard. Right up,
misses.
right
You
up. Get it
put
there.
stuff
Get it
in the
there.
house.
I agree. I
Give
think
some-
this is a more club strategy. And I think when you're facing this team, Ontario, they're not exactly club curlers. They're pretty solid. Through the entire lineup, these guys are a pretty well-rounded team.
But they're not your average club
Whoa.
curler.
They're not. They are club curlers if
Yeah.
they play in club curling.
Yeah,
but
for
Just
sure.
clean,
not,
clean.
Not your average.
Attaboy.
Nice shot by there, Curtis. Rolling out. Don't need the extra rocks in play.
Oh, no.
Asking for the freeze attempt again.
And he was close on the last one. The line was bang on, and if he just adds a foot or two more, or the sweepers get on a little bit earlier.
Yeah. Guys from the territory aren't timing the rocks from the looks of it. Just
I always like-
eyeballing.
Yeah, I always liked having one guy timing, one guy eyeballing. I think you get a better judge just by eyeballing, walking beside it, really paying attention to the stone. But I think having the actual time to compare as you go forward in the game to have some reference points, especially when you have a guy who hasn't thrown a draw in a while, to be able to actually track that is important.
And the different paths change
Oh yeah,
throughout the game as well.
I always like with the stopwatch, you see a lot of guys in the higher level timing the other team's rocks and actually walking beside them
Yes.
down the sheet.
Yeah.
Especially in Ontario's case
No.
here, they're probably going to be throwing hits for the
No.
most of these ends. If Northwest Territories is ever successful in making John have a draw against 2 or 3, that's going to be a tough shot for John. He's probably throwing hits for a lot of the next few ends.
Yeah. We certainly
Just
like
go back
to
4.
time our opposition's rocks hog to hog just to have an idea of what the paths are doing and see if things are changing.
Yeah. And that's a good point. Hog to hog times are great because they're almost not reflective of how the person actually throws it. Timing somebody backline to hogline that you don't know how they're throwing that rock isn't that useful of a metric for you. Hog to
that's like
hog
half-
is
that's
relatively
like
static
halfway.
between players. A little heavy there, but kind of moves those yellows in a position where they're a little more usable. If they could tap that yellow on the center line, just a hair on the outside, about a foot, it'd be very hard for them to move. Jordan Keon asking to peel this one out here.
Clean.
Looks pretty
Clean.
good.
Yep.
Nice shot.
Close to nose.
Kind of curled a little bit there.
Oh, and he hung around.
Try to score this end, that's all we can do.
So you never know.
Yeah.
Might come into play.
Same thing. About 10 feet less ice. Less weight.
Okay, so you heard Skip Jim Paulson asking for Nick Rouvet to repeat the same shot.
Yep. 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 Hard. Real hard.
Line looks good.
All
The
right. Hard.
Northern Territory
Hard. Right up,
sweepers
guys.
going on
Hard.
it.
Real hard.
Yeah.
Hard. 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 Hard.
Working
All right.
hard
Hard. 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 Get it there.
to get this into place.
Yeah.
Not quite frozen, but again,
No,
they've got to
but-
deal with it. And
Yeah, they've got some options. And Ontario has to be careful. They have to hit this fairly thin or else they're jamming on that back yellow.
Yep.
Steven Anderson,
Yep. Clean.
pretty hard looking peel
Clean.
here.
Yeah.
Asking it clean, must be good.
Okay. Thank you.
Close to that other yellow.
very close.
Ooh,
Oh, got
that's a
the
bonus to take that off.
little biter at the
Great
back.
shot by Steve.
Okay, so assuming we'll see more of the same. Freeze on that center one again.
Yep,
Little tap.
I would think so. If they make that, they're in a good situation for their 2. It's going to be hard to get rid of.
Build themselves a little wall.
As
Some
we
nice catchers for your own rocks.
take a minute to go around the ring.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And
Hard.
they distance up in front of it.
Real
I
hard.
think that's Northern Ontario got their one, so that game
Hard,
is
you
now
guys.
tied 1-1 with Manitoba
Whoa,
having a
whoa.
hammer. Quebec
that's the
women,
men?
that is with men, yeah. And Quebec women with a steal 3, so they now lead the Yukon Territories 7-0. So we move over to sheet 4. The Newfoundland women got their one back, so they are now tied with the Ontario. Ontario has hammer. A blank on sheet 5 by PEI. So PEI is down 1, but they retain the hammer. And a steal of 1 by Manitoba over on sheet 6. New Brunswick still with the hammer, now down 2.
And we had a little bit of a miss coming from the
Attaboy.
Northwest
Same way.
Territories. Just kind of touched that top or center line yellow, but rolled open, and it was peeled out by Team
Yep.
Ontario.
Yep. Yep.
They seem to be
Yes,
dancing right
hard.
around making this shot perfectly. The past 3,
Hard, you guys.
either the
Real
weight's
hard.
great and the line's not there, or the line was
Hard,
great,
hard.
or the weight's just not quite
Hard.
enough.
This one, they can
Hard.
get it there.
All right. Hard. Right up. Hard. Whoa. Whoa.
Over curling a little bit, but
Whoa,
might be able to
whoa.
be right on the edge of that. That's pretty good. That's hard to get rid of.
Hit
If it's
the,
nestled up beside. Yeah. John with a little whistle there.
so throwing a fair bit of weight at this and hoping to hit pretty much in the crotch, David, and
Yeah.
have the
Crotch.
Just trying to
Crotch
chisel that
probably
blue
go
out sideways
half a
there.
foot.
Yeah. It
Gotta hit it
unfortunately for
pretty-
Northwest
sucks,
Territories, it bounced a little bit too much. If it nestled up right there and didn't move that back yellow at all, I think it's almost impossible to get rid of this blue. But John does have a little bit of room to work with. Depends a little bit on the striking bands and how lively the house is, though, how easy the shot is. But I think
Well-
you're going to see this humming pretty good.
Yeah. And as you know, we replaced our rocks a couple of years ago, so
Whoa!
they tend to be.
I do. I helped pay for it.
We've all got a handle or two with
Can you
our
get that
names
one?
on them. Oh, so there you go. I'm not sure that blue is shot.
Yeah,
Though.
a little bit of a miss for Ontario, but yeah, depending who shot here, it might have worked out pretty well. I guess you could always hit the yellow on the outside here and roll away kind of flat.
Yeah. Looks like he needs to deal with it, judging from call. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good if you could punch this yellow, hit it on the outside to kind of back 8 almost, and roll over so you're covering kind of the high side of your blue. So they're always running it in from the outside, so you're never getting rid of that middle blue. I think John's just kind of forced to just pick off that top blue, or potentially try to throw that in-turn freeze to cut him down. I guess he doesn't have to pick up the top blue.
Yeah.
There's not really, that rock wouldn't be posing that much danger.
I'd be surprised to see him throw a freeze given the scoreboard, but never know.
I think it depends who's third shot here. Depends how much he taps this yellow.
I guess.
If yellow is still second and third and
Yep.
there's
Hard.
no double, then
Eyes
I
wide.
don't think there's any issue,
Kind of a.
any reason you need to deal with a blue shooter.
All the way. Right up.
Unfortunately,
as
this
North-
rock's over curling. And
A little
just-
late, but it is in the
At
house.
least shot or something. That's it.
Yeah. Makes Ontario think.
Don't you think that?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, get rid of it. Normal.
It's just a normal weight hit.
Scoreboard kind of dictates this shot. If you weren't up by 7 here, I think you could just throw a guard on that yellow rock. Right now, the only shot for 2 Northwest Territories has is hitting that yellow on the nose, and then they get their 2 because both yellows go, both
Right.
blues stay, and actually it's 3 because of that blue in the top here. But I think John's playing scoreboard. He's gonna hopefully roll the perfect spot,
Yep.
but it's not the end of the world if he gives up 2 here.
Yep. Real hard.
Close, but looks like it's over curling.
Right to it.
It is over curling a bit, but
Yeah.
does the trick.
Yeah, Northwest Territories should have a crack at 2 here.
Good brush.
I think right on the nose should do it.
You're playing normal?
Mitchell Wiles indicating they're playing normal weight at this shot.
As Jim Paulson makes his way down to the hack. Yeah, I like a little less ice in this place.
Yeah. I think realistically you need to make this to be back in the game.
Oh, for
whatever
sure.
whatever ice you think that it's going to make the shot. Looks close to me. Looks real close.
Hard.
It's like a nice
Burns
throw
down.
by Jim.
Hard. Which way are we hitting this thing?
Oh, that
Sweep it,
over
sweep it.
curled.
Ah,
Well,
over
so
to
much
the
for my
yellow.
little less ice being good. Didn't mean to jinx you, Jim, honest. That's too bad.
I don't know
Would
how
have
they're
been-
getting it to curl like that. Yeah. I don't know how he got it to curl
What'd you
that
think of
much.
that dinner? You have
We
the
can't
pizza?
get draws to curl that much.
Yeah. Nice spot, eh?
I agree with Curtis there. I was surprised how much that blue actually popped out there. Looking back, I don't know if that was a shot for two. Popping all the way into the 12th, but almost out.
Yeah, I guess. Not sure if he had hit it where he wanted to, if it would have had
No,
the same action
but,
on it.
You figure he's hitting
What
less
was it
of his
called?
own
The name of that
blue.
place?
It's
Wooden
chipping
head.
out a little
Wooden
bit
Head.
better.
Got to give the props to the local establishments here.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Wooden Heads is great pizza joint. It's
Easy.
down on Ontario Street.
Easy.
So it's
Oh,
the Kingston Brewing Company.
Yep, right around the corner. KBC. Used to
One
go
of
there
our
after
sponsors.
Ultimate Frisbee games in the summer.
Nice.
Great place.
And of course, J.E. Agnew's one of our food services, one of our sponsors, and has many of the Tim Hortons in Kingston.
Yep.
Looks light to me.
A little shout out to the rest of our sponsors: 150 Kingston,
Yep.
Print
Yep.
Fusion,
Visit kingston.ca.
yeah, Bathworks.
Yep.
Yeah, Bathworks, love your space. That's bathworks.ca. And
Right
of
up,
course,
right
we would be remiss
Forward.
if we didn't mention
Forward
the
goes.
Travelers Insurance Company.
Yeah, we have a nice red hot hog line with the Travelers logo on
I got
it.
it.
Yeah. Oh, and we got these beautiful rings here. Past few years we've been at the Cataraqui, we've gone with the club colors of yellow and green. And personally, I like the black and red Travelers just a little bit more.
Pretty nice.
Yeah. It's got good
So-
memories too.
So Ontario put one on the button, and
Yeah, and Curtis called with the second rock to throw it through. Not a bad call at all. I wouldn't have hated to see them trying a tick though. With board though.
right.
You have to be careful when you're throwing those ticks when you have a big lead. You would hate to leave the shooter in play as another rock for Northwest Territories to use at this point.
Well, and
This one.
would be a
Clayton
concern. if-
Pelak calling for the freeze. It's warping in there, but I'm not sure enough in time.
Oh, smokes.
John St. Denis.
Try Clayton.
Did he get it? Oh, just. Never have confidence in a skip sweeping a rock.
You'll have to remember that on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
And now we're peeling off the.
Oh!
Jordan, the peel. Looked like he just set that a little bit. And it's coming back, and great shot. Yeah, it doesn't inspire confidence when the guy who threw it calls whoa out of his
What's that?
hand, but nice shot there by Jordan.
Yeah, did the job.
Just bump
Jim-
it back a couple inches.
Jim Paulson sticking with his strategy, trying to build a wall back four, get a rock down on top of it. Again, I kind of like throwing up the corners and trying to give yourself something to work
Yep.
with.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
We're in
whoa.
ingredients there.
Whoa, whoa,
Close.
whoa, 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 whoa. Yep.
Going over
Yep.
the Traveler Insurance hog line
Hard.
there.
Real hard. Right
Looks
up.
pretty
hard.
close.
Hard, you guys. Hard. Right up. Right up. Right up. Right up. Okay.
That's a great shot.
Yeah, nice.
Good
one.
job by the sweepers there, judging that in.
Yeah, a little bit of separation between those two rocks. You should be able to, I would think, try to peel out both of those if I was Jean St. Denis. I'm not sure what he's thinking.
I would imagine there's about 4 inches between those rocks. I think Jordan throws a rock pretty hard. I like his chance of getting both.
Yep.
Same nice throw there.
Yep.
Little stab out. I think both these are gone.
Yep.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Nice throw by Jordan.
Okay, so wonder what Jim's call will be this time.
Yep, throwing up a guard. I like that.
interesting. An outside in. I guess not quite a corner guard, but change things up a bit maybe.
Yeah, maybe he has noticed a particular area of the ice that the Ontario Vice is not throwing it as well.
Could be.
Maybe he's throwing his intern a little tight, and he wants to force him into a particular
good,
turn.
That's good.
Nice shot there by Nick.
And well, we're going for the out turn. So maybe you're right, David.
Yep! Yep!
Jordan
Hard
going hard
curves,
on
hard
this
curves.
one. And
Good rush.
nice shot.
Yeah.
Good scrub there by Jordan to hold that straight.
Is it the intern peels? Yeah. Near the line. Yep. In here.
Do you want it in or right in front?
No, I mean it's definitely a little more forgiveness here.
Okay.
Over here.
Just
Mitchell
tight.
Lyles being asked to put up another guard. Center guard.
Whoa.
Jim hoping to get a miss out of the Ontario team, so he gets a guard to
Whoa.
work with.
Personally, throwing peels, I always like throwing them up the center line.
Yeah, me too.
If I was Jim here, I'd be trying to force the Ontario team to throw those peels more at the wing.
I think you're more likely to get a miss on a corner, but
I would agree.
I might be just thinking of my own weaknesses.
Yeah. I don't know if we could call Jerry Gertz and get the actual stats on that, but
I don't think Jerry's ever
Okay.
tracked one of my games, but he could have some on you. Okay, another nice peel. Nothing left to play with, and doesn't make for a great
shot.
viewing audience game, but certainly pretty classic strategy that the Ontario skip is following. You're up 8.
Yep.
yeah, you can't
don't-
blame him for boring the fans at a national championship.
No, absolutely. I think Kevin Martin's done that once.
He does.
That's good.
Let's just hope
That's
people
good.
don't start booing John.
That's good.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Were they booing him or just chanting boring?
Boring.
Yeah. Boring.
Yes.
Was that the 90 or 91 Brier with Kevin Martin? When he was very young, and that was before the 4 rock rule, so any rock and play you could hit. If Kevin's team started with the hammer, they would peel out every rock, blanket as long as they could, and then just nose hit a rock.
Okay.
That was kind of the point where curling shifted to being a more precise game. Icing conditions came better, the athletes became better, and full rock rule was needed in order to basically make that not the default. If you
That's
had
right.
hammer, you would just peel until the last stand, and then you would make a nose hit.
And years ago, peeling those rocks wasn't as easy because the ice conditions.
No.
Weren't as good.
You got corn brooms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got
Yeah.
basically it would just corn broom would almost make a curl, just tiny little picks of corn all the way down.
I remember those corn brooms well.
Yeah. I do not.
No, funny enough.
Oh.
I also had a lift delivery when I started curling. Okay, Jim Paulson. I'm assuming he's just going to put one in the house and hope for some help from Ontario.
Yeah, no point in throwing the guard at this point. If you throw the guard, Ontario would ignore it. John St. Nadine would go around it, and potentially you're forced. And
Not entirely sure why he's throwing a center guard right now, but
And Mitchell echoing my statements. John St. Denis choosing to go around here. If he could put this anywhere around, but especially top button, it would put Northwest Territories in quite a bit of trouble. It's a little hot.
Yeah.
Sweeper's backing off this one.
Yeah.
I think it should stop.
More to your
Line
point.
looks pretty good.
Yeah, about how John hasn't thrown a draw for a while. They've been peeling everything
almost
out.
kind of fell there, so. Just same draw. Yeah.
So the Territories deciding to try to put a point on the board.
Yeah,
That rock's too far out in the in front of the house to
A little more.
split it on.
I agree. Yeah, if a foot closer or 2 feet, definitely worth the try at this point. But not bad to put the point on the board, switch things up. As we go around the house, we see Northwest Territories on sheet 1 against Manitoba with a steal of 3. There was a ton of rocks in that play and a very slow
Close.
end for both teams. Sheet
Sorry,
5 is
David,
actually
did you
lapped
say
them up.
Northern Ontario?
Northern Ontario stole 3, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes?
Sorry.
Okay, all right. I think I had better eyesight than you, but
Yes, you do. And one blue. Northwest Territories are on the board.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice shot there by Jim. Good job by the sweepers. And if we go over to the Yukon, they got their one, so they're now trailing Quebec 7-1 without hammer.
The women's game.
Women's game. Sheet 4 at the women's
shit.
Ontario versus Newfoundland. Newfoundland stole 1 in the third end, so Newfoundland now up 1 without. As we go to sheet 5, which, as I mentioned, had 2 ends to Northern Ontario's and Manitoba's 1. Nova Scotia stealing 2 in 3 and 3 in 4. Now lead that 6-0. PI with the hammer. And we go over to sheet 6, our final sheet. We had New Brunswick getting their 1, and now they are trailing 1 without the hammer going into 4.
That's a women's game as well.
Yes.
And our local sponsors, again, our Platinum, Travelers is our corporate sponsor for the
Travelers
Curling
Insurance.
Club Championship.
I have home insurance through them. I've always been satisfied.
Excellent. Our Platinum sponsors are Print Fusion, Bathworks, and 150 Kingston. Our gold sponsors are Shorelines Casino, JE Agnew Food Services, Kingston Dodge, BMW Kingston, Taylor Auto Mall, and Petrie Ford. Our silver sponsor is the Kingston Brewing Company, where some of our curlers will be ending their scavenger hunt tonight.
Maybe some will get the high roller special.
Maybe.
Don Perignon and 2 pounds of wings. It's a real thing you can order on the menu. Never seen anybody do it.
But it's a real thing.
It's a real
And
thing.
our bronze sponsor, Hallway and Hutchinson.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after some commercial messages.
Je me souviens combien j'étais heureux lorsque nous allions au club. J'avais toujours la sensation de participer à une occasion spéciale, à cause du jeu. C'était un endroit où l'âge et l'expérience ne comptaient pas. J'ai visité des clubs dans tous les coins de notre pays. Et je ressens toujours cette sensation d'appartenance au cœur d'une communauté. Parce qu'un club de curling, c'est réellement une communauté de millions de Canadiens d'un bout à l'autre du pays. Où des milliers d'enfants font leur apprentissage. Où des vétérans, des Olympiens, des para-olympiens et des jeunes gens combattent tous ensemble pour la gloire, une fin de semaine à la fois. Où le mot « local » signifie réellement juste au coin de notre rue. Et les effets positifs de ce sport sont non seulement économiques, mais aussi sociaux et culturels. Le curling a toujours tenu une place spéciale dans ma vie. Parce que c'est spécial.
Dans des milliers de clubs de curling à travers notre pays, le curling invite tous les Canadiens et Canadiennes à s'unir afin d'encourager la croissance et le développement des communautés. Fierté, communauté, croissance. Grandissons tous ensemble. Contribuez au développement de ce sport ainsi qu'à celui de la communauté qui vous tient à cœur. Faites un don aujourd'hui.
Throw a guard. Hallelujah. Come on. Need a prayer here.
Not sure that was under his breath or a little comedy to his teammates, but I enjoyed it.
And unfortunately, it's probably pretty accurate at this point.
Yeah. This looks like a good one here.
Pretty good.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Clayton struggling a
Just
little
out
bit with
front.
his
Whoa, watch
draw
right.
weight in
Whoa,
the
whoa,
first
whoa.
half, and unfortunately,
Don't
slipping
get it
deep is
closer.
not what you want to do
That's
when
good.
you're down here. You want to keep those guards in play and force Ontario into some more complicated ends. We just saw John St. Denis slip through the rings on a draw, so it'd be great to hear, great to have him forced to play one here at the end of this end.
Curtis Samoy being asked to come around. Clayton Pilak, center guard.
Yep.
Looks hot.
It's pretty far out there right now. Don't know if this will come back enough.
And they do mop the ice here at the Travelers Club Curling Championship in between on the fourth end break. And
A little mop and just that ice staying still with nobody on it can add a foot or two of speed. It's kind of an ongoing debate how much it actually adds, but it's kind of general consensus it's slightly faster.
yeah, second guard being asked for by Clayton Pilak.
Nice call. See if he can follow this up with another one. Looks like a
Yeah.
little bit more right now.
Just out front.
Looks like it's going to slip in the
I know.
house to me.
I'm just, whoa, 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 whoa.
It's
I think
slipping in
it's
the house.
right
I'd like to see the Reveille here sweeping this one, trying to get actually buried behind that guard,
Yeah,
taking it back as far as he can.
they could have even have frozen on that
Yeah.
yellow.
It's hard in these situations when you are down, but it's important not to give up on shots. Try to get everything you can out of them.
Yeah, I agree. I think you should follow the rock all the way into the house. You never know. It's going to grab or do something.
One of the favorite memories I had, we
Oh,
were playing, it wasn't our team, but we were watching another team on the Ontario tour.
Yeah.
Skip had a shot
Just
to the
clean,
win.
that's fine.
Draw the 8-foot. As soon as he lets it go, one of his sweepers just looks up, boots it into the sideboard, and says, "Not even close."
Oh, you're kidding.
No,
That's
yeah.
horrible. Anyway, nice
To be fair, it
to-
looked like he hogged it. but, yeah. A little dramatic, and I don't think they played again.
nice takeout by Curtis Samoy.
Yep, nice shot there. Good to roll out.
Yeah. Nick Rivet being asked for another guard.
Yep. 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 Whoa.
I'd almost like to see them come in here because
Yep.
their current guard is kind of in the middle of the free guard zone. I'd like to see them separate a little bit more, come in here with one top four, try to not give John this chance at a double peel.
Oh, it looks like he's just trying to single.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's probably a good call here. The last thing you'd ever want to do is kind of stuff it. You hit it a little bit too much across the face.
Whoa. Well, got one of them.
That worked.
That ran pretty straight down there.
But yeah, if you try the
Good shot
double
from
peel
Jordan.
hitting on the outside and you hit it a little bit too thin and you jam it into your own blue and it jams into the back yellow, kind of worst case scenario. John here playing kind of conservative with the scoreboard. He doesn't need really a double peel here. He can afford to give up a steal of one. If it comes down to his last rock and there's Northwest Territory stone on the butt end and a guard, it's not that bad for him.
Yeah.
He can give up a single steal for the next four ends and still win comfortably.
Yeah, I
Right up
watched
hard.
This looks like a nice
John
shot
Epping
here.
called one of those double peels and ended up stuffing one of Wayne Tuck's juniors.
Oh, in the
Rocks.
semifinal?
Yeah. At the Ontario Provincials last year.
Wayne Tuck Jr.
Junior.
Yeah, I thought you were referring to his young front end, not his official name as Tuck
No.
Jr.
No, his official name.
Yeah.
Again,
Good
peel.
friend. Good team though. Good bunch of guys. Wayne, Chad, Kurt, and Matt.
He likes the back one. Yep.
John there with a bit of humor. Oh,
All right.
would have been nice if you
Okay.
liked the back one on that one.
Yeah,
Leaving a
so
corner guard, that's a miss.
Bit of a help for Paulson.
Yep. He's got some options. Well,
Yeah.
I'd like to see him come around on this one.
Oxness, come here.
Hey.
Yeah.
I actually have a secret Apple Watch that I'm sending him messages. We took a note after the Yankees. Was it the Yankees that had that scandal earlier in the year?
I don't know. Some
Yeah.
baseball team. I don't follow it close
Yeah.
enough. I just remember the story.
Yeah, they were
Using
stealing signs.
technology.
Yeah, little vibrations through their Apple Watches to their
Where is it?
batters,
Yep.
so they knew whether they're throwing a curveball or not.
Yep.
Interesting
hard.
situation.
Real
That,
hard. All the way hard, you guys.
stealing signs isn't
All right,
illegal, but
hard,
using
hard, right up.
technology to steal signs is illegal. So,
Hard.
kind of a weird distinction.
Okay.
Well, unfortunately, we grouped those rocks, so pretty easy to get rid of both. Have to be very unfortunate to send the rock on the center line back into the yellow.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Stephen Anderson
Yeah.
delivering.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
Looks like a pretty good shot right now. Like you said, the only real
Attaboy.
harm you could do on that shot is just hitting it a little bit high in nose and jamming onto the back.
But execute it well.
That's all right.
Never a doubt.
That's why you want him.
So, Paulson asking for another guard. I like it.
I wouldn't hate to see him come around the corner there to this point. But you are hoping they nose this guard one more time.
Yep.
I guess they didn't nose the last time they chipped it over.
Yep.
Missed this peel.
Get it
Mitchell
over.
Wiles
Get it over.
delivering.
All the way. Right up. Far as it goes.
Yep, looks
All
like a
right.
nice shot here. Sweepers are going on it. Should come over.
Okay.
Good shot, relatively in front of that yellow. dream shot for Northwest Territories right now is if Steven comes out and he almost noses this, and it jams perfectly on that back yellow.
Yep! Yes!
Good sign that John called sweeping out of his hand.
Good,
Jordan
good, good, good.
Keon.
Ah. Yeah. Nice sweeping there by Jordan.
Yeah, great shot.
I got it. Thank you.
Unfortunate for Jim Paulson.
My shot already?
He has that corner guard to go around, but Ontario has hammer and our city shot.
Yeah, I like this call by Jim here. If you make this freeze well, you're going to see John run for the peel down there, clean out both the blue and the yellow, and then you're free to draw around that corner guard and force John to draw the forefoot. And steal of one here is good for Northwest Territories. Force is good as well. You could force here, and then you're trying to get your 3 and 6.
Yeah, tough road, but
It is.
not impossible.
No, that's the thing.
Where is it?
We've all seen games like this.
That's
We
heavy.
assumed we're over, and it turns out they were far from it. A little
Go for it.
outside here by Jim. It's,
Just hanging out there.
Yeah, not really coming back the way you would expect.
I watched this sheet
Steven
yesterday
sweeping behind.
afternoon, and even with draw weight, it's pretty straight over there. Now I'm not sure if Jim got a bit wide on that as well, but
Yeah, and Jim does have kind of that positive throw where he kind of gets it out there a bit, which helps you on a lot of surfaces, but on some spots that are straighter, it can tend to hurt. But I'm always a big fan of kind of coming out of the broom and trying to sending it just a little bit outside. It helps it track a little bit more and make it more predictable. And Jim's got a nice throw like that.
hey, John saying Denise settling in the hack.
Yep. Yep.
One thing you want to make sure you don't start losing your concentration in a game like this where you think you got it won and
Yeah.
a few mistakes come back to haunt you.
Yep. And
Something
I would
like
call that a
that.
mistake. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Could have that anywhere on the outside. It leaves Jim a pretty good opportunity now.
Yeah, freeze down on there. It's pretty hard, but
Yeah, I would
John
argue
still-
you didn't even have to freeze on it. You could leave this a foot or two in front of those. Kind of tempt John into, well, maybe I'll try to pick it instead of go for the perfect nose hit.
sure.
Could get a good miss out on.
Yeah. Official Steve Whitehall talking to the Ontario team, helping them with some wardrobe issues, it looks like.
Yeah.
Jim Paulson focusing on this shot, pretty big shot for Northwest Territories.
Steven Anderson with a wardrobe misfunction.
I'm not sure if it was Steven or John.
Yeah.
I think they're having problems with their mics.
Yeah.
Yep.
When
Gotta
you
be
said
shot.
wardrobe dysfunction, I jumped to Janet Jackson,
Yep,
so I'm
yep.
glad it's a lesser of the situation.
Yep.
Nothing that exciting.
Over to the. There you go. All the way.
Looks like he'll get shot here.
Okay, that's good.
Does it over curl just a little bit? It's a pretty nice
Okay.
shot. Should be
Yeah.
fairly easy to get rid of here for John. If he had that kind of weight, even 4 inches over to the right, it's a really great shot and tough to get rid of. But John throws a nice peel, and I like his chances of getting rid of it.
Yeah, I would be surprised if he misses this one, but
It's kind of an unfortunate spot too. If he was to jam it, his shooter stays for shot.
yeah, because he would have to hit it pretty fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There might be kind of that area where you would hit kind of like 3/4 of it. It hangs on kind of the edge of the forefoot, but your shooter rolls just outside the edge. But there's a small area here where Ontario gives up a steal.
Regal. You get this one?
And Ontario
Yeah,
counts
Johnny.
one.
Yeah, that's not bad for Northwest Territories at all. Force of one's good. You got the hammer back in 6. Hopefully you can get a big end. Force to 1 again in 7, and get another big end. As you heard Northwest Territories say one more end, so I think they're
You're thinking
they might be a little mentally out of it at this point, which fair enough.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, certainly can't blame them.
no, we've
Might
all
be-
been there.
More than I
Yeah.
thought it was.
Might be thinking of refreshment time.
It's the benefits of announcing.
So it's interesting. Up 8-1. They're still putting a rock in play.
Heavy again.
Yeah,
It's
when
heavy.
you're up big like this, I kind of like throwing it through because most guys will and girls,
That's good there. That's
most
good,
people
guys.
will agree
That's good.
that
Good.
when you're throwing peels on corner guards,
Thanks.
it's easier to throw outside in because you only have to roll it 3-4 feet and then it's out of the play. Whereas you're throwing it inside out, you have to roll a good
If you're here,
12
that's okay.
to get it out of play.
Right.
If you don't have this center rock, then you don't have to worry about that. Right now, if now Northwest Territories didn't choose to throw the corner guards, but if they had, Ontario would be forced into a tougher shot by it.
Yeah. Jim Paulson's asking Clayton Pelak to either put up a center guard
freeze.
or freeze on.
Freeze, you guys.
Yep, they're calling
Yep,
the freeze
yep.
again. They're sticking with their strategy. As
Yep.
gets the plan going in. If they get down,
Hard.
they try to
Real hard.
freeze.
Hard, you guys. Hard.
Now
Get
I don't
over.
know if they're thinking they're going to quit
Right up. Hard, 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 hard,
regardless
hard,
of the
hard.
outcome of this.
I think he likes that
And,
strategy, and I think they're sticking to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what their team is used to doing.
And
Yeah,
have been
and-
successful with it.
Yeah, obviously they're here, so they've had success doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
I know I've met a few skips that think every guard except the center guard's a useless one, but
Yeah, you always run into people like that. So. Yeah, I play lots of guys who call the freeze on the center. Personally, I disagree with and don't think it helps you as much as throwing the corner guard, but
Right here.
yeah. And honestly, I like the result that did happen. I like that they ended up as a center guard.
mm-hmm.
Now you can come around and you can freeze on that rock, and it's hard to get rid of.
Yeah.
If your opponent throws a rock in the rings, and while you're down a large number, I like throwing the center guard. Because say if they leave this half open,
Whoa,
but
easy,
you're still
whoa, whoa.
frozen, you can't get rid of this rock. You're still
Nope.
peeling.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, you
Clayton
keep
Pelak's
guarding
second
it.
shot
Yep,
coming down here.
Whoa,
It's looking
whoa,
pretty
whoa.
good.
Whoa.
Looks
Whoa,
like a nice
right
rock
off.
right
Oh,
now.
perfect.
Yeah. Great shot.
Nice shot
Get it.
there.
Nice shot there by the Northwest Territories lead.
Clayton Pelak.
John St. Denis snuggling in for the peel.
Jordan
Yep.
Keon.
Yep.
Jordan moved up to play second.
Yep. Hard, Curtis.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
opportunities.
Yeah.
So I like coming around the
call that a
corner now,
miss.
David. What do you think?
I don't mind center guard.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's where do you think you go? If you go around the corner guard, are you trying to leave it even with that top blue? You probably don't get buried, or you're trying to go back
Or if you
12.
just bump it, that's okay,
Well, I was
too.
thinking back.
Yeah, back
Yeah.
behind it. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to leave a double there. for
No,
sure,
you
but
can't go anywhere near the T line, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, if you go back there, it's pretty great.
Not sure where Jim Paulson is indicating, but
I think he's trying to line those blues up perfectly.
Yep.
So kind of the
Yep.
he's
Hard.
trying to come almost
Real hard.
duplicate that great
Hard,
shot
you
that
guys, real
Clayton
hard.
Pelach threw. Just tap that blue
Yeah,
an
all
inch
the
or
way,
two
far as
on
it
the
goes.
nose. I think he's light here though. I think this is gonna end up
This
as a
is
guard,
gonna
and I
work.
think it's gonna work well. Yeah, I think that works well for Northwest Territories.
yeah, it's got the right side of the blue rock showing for sure.
Yep.
But
If
John
I'm-
St. Denis is going to peel it anyway.
Yeah, if I'm Northwest Territories, I think I'm throwing this shot for a while. And maybe on Vice's
Yep.
rocks, I consider going around that corner guard, letting
Yep.
Ontario start to manipulate rocks in the
Yep.
middle. And
Oh,
wow. That is a
nice break
stroke
for
of luck.
Ontario.
Yeah.
Yep.
Northwest Territories.
Or sorry, Northwest Territories. Yeah.
Terrible break for Ontario.
Terrible break for Ontario, but you always got to cheer for the underdog a little bit.
Yeah.
Be nice to see that come around made.
Yeah.
Right here.
Make sure you keep this
Right here.
rock high. I don't like where he just tapped his broom. Just because I think you want to get behind this yellow now while you have the chance. I'd
I
love to
agree.
see him go top 12, fight top 8. Just enough so there's not a double off of that side one.
Yep.
You could almost go even
Hard,
with it.
real hard.
Line
Hard,
looks
you guys,
great
real
on
hard.
this.
Hard.
It's coming down
Real
here from Nick
hard.
Reve.
So I'm not sure.
Wiles and Pilat going hard on it. Oh, it's
Yeah.
losing its handle a little bit.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, go.
That doesn't hurt on them. That doesn't hurt them much though. Having that other guard there though, that helps for sure.
Yeah.
Good way to miss that shot. You would hate to put that through the house. Steve Anderson. Not sure the
Close.
firm might hit here. Be nice
Yep.
for him if he could hit and roll behind it.
Whoa.
I think that's the call, the hit and roll behind.
Yeah, it's a nice shot. Looking good.
Oh,
Over currently, I think.
Sit.
attaboy.
Great shot.
Yeah.
Well
very
called by
nice.
John St. Denis.
Good sweeping line call. So puts a lot of pressure again on the Northwest Territories. I think the indication is just a tap back with that amount of ice, not playing the run back. Mitchell
I
Wiles.
agree.
Yep.
I
Yep.
can't tell how much of that blue rock that's behind that yellow do you
Hard.
think they can see.
Hard. Hard.
It's not like quite buried from my angle.
Yep. Yep.
To me,
yep.
it looks like it needs
Yep.
to curl.
It does look like this shot, yeah. It looks like it
Ours,
needs to
ours.
curl a lot.
Get it in there.
Can it get in? It's close. Oh.
Not
Oh, I
quite.
didn't want that on front there.
I had to come over and half foot.
Yeah,
Yeah, not sure why they were sweeping that one.
yeah, I'm not sure either.
Looked like the weight was pretty good. If you let
Yeah.
it curl up a little bit, it comes close. At least you get that one blue in, and that getting that in is pretty big. Oh, that's a good camera angle here. We can see half that blue rock. I thought John might chase this rock. I'm surprised he's throwing the guard here. It definitely leaves Northwest Territories with some opportunities. They got a couple rocks they can use now.
That heavy, eh?
Ontario sweepers calling this rock is very heavy. You can hear back
It's on
8
it. It's on.
tapping
Again.
a little bit.
Back end haven't been playing draws.
No.
Okay.
Pretty much the only guy throwing draws has been Curtis. And he's been making them well.
Unfortunately, the double.
Would you throw it though? Would you just? I like getting rid of one of them, but I don't think you need to get rid of both at this point.
Oh, I agreed
Just
totally.
play up. Hack.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like this call
Up.
here.
Yeah.
This is a smart call by
Forward.
Jim. You can hit this. If you roll over kind of half a rock, make it hard to get rid of from Ontario.
Yep.
Don't leave that double. If
Whoa.
you-
Whoa. Whoa.
and
Yep. Yep.
rocks can play your friend
Whoa,
right now if you're
whoa.
Northwest Territories.
Whoa.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, it does leave John this double.
Is there a hole?
No.
I agree with Steve. There's no hole, but I think you might be able, if you just missed the one closer to center and hit the outside one, you might be able to squeeze it through, but you would still kill the outside one. Always a good question to ask, though. As a thrower, it's nice to aim for the middle of the rocks, but if there's a hole there, it could end up disastrous.
So little unfortunate for the Northwest Territories. That looked like they were getting something going, and
Yeah, this has
But-
been a good end by them. They've had some rocks in play. Definitely opportunities to make Ontario's life hard. See John here throwing the in-turn. Right off by Steve. Nice shot there.
Yeah, he's got it.
Good throw by John.
So I'm assuming that Jim will come and try to freeze to one of those yellow rocks in the house.
I thought he might just go
Where we
right
going?
around that
Well,
guard.
Let us
Yeah,
come and hit it.
I like this. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a great spot you can put it. If you're corner frozen on that top yellow, I think he could still probably nose all of it. He's got a good half of that rock.
All right, so good big shot again for Jim Paulson. Nice draw, full 8 foot needed. Nick Rivet and Clayton Pelak waiting to sweep. As Jim settles into the hack.
Yep, nice looking delivery there by Jim.
Lots of room.
Sweepers not laying a lick to it yet.
Lots of
No,
room.
looks like it's a little bit hot here. Getting into the slide path
think
though,
you
so
need
it should
Bearings
slow
once.
down.
Clayton to go on the outside here. Now we like to see the kind of follow that down a little bit. If that's back 8, even if it's full back 8,
Buried.
yeah,
Yeah.
even half buried. Like I don't think he would bury that rock, but try to go a little bit farther.
Yep.
Take it as much as you can. Try to get something out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it's
Yeah. Ice seems
still
to be
shot.
straightening up a little bit since the first few ends.
Mm.
Yeah, just tricking them a little bit. And
Well-
that's the unfortunate part of being down, and you really have to track the ice surface a lot more than a team who's up, and like Ontario here in this situation, who's just throwing peels. Peels are running the same almost regardless of what the situation is. It's outside right now, but I think it should be okay.
He's got it.
Yeah. Almost jammed it. Not that it would have left him a shot, but
No.
almost.
Okay, same shot required from Jim Paulson.
Yep, just threw it.
Yep.
Always nice when you leave the skipper the same shot.
Oh, it's nice to score a point.
Yep. Oh yeah, it never feels good to get shut out.
No.
You wanna score on your ends with hammer. Over on sheet A, we have a thrower from Manitoba whose last name is Short. Just came up short on a draw. It's,
Is that a true story?
it is, yeah. It's a better name than Flash, though. Yeah,
Up to
We'll
you
tell
guys.
Colton.
yeah. Sweeper's thinking it's all there. Kind of casually walk beside it.
Still gotta stop.
Nick Rivet likes it.
Yeah.
And he's right. Good judge
And
there
it's
by
going to be on
Sweepers.
the Traveler's umbrella.
Yep,
Lovely.
Travelers Insurance.
Lovely shot by Jim Paulson.
It's better than under the umbrella.
It is.
Yeah.
One blue.
One blue, so we're at 9-2
And
for
handshakes.
Ontario. And handshakes. Yeah.
Congratulations to Ontario winning that game 9-2.
Yeah.
Well played match. Good first few ends. Great shot there in the first by John St. Denis to get the 3 to set them up, put them in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Um,
A little unfortunate pick in the second
Yeah, that's
led to the steal of
relatively
4.
the story of this game.
Yeah.
If Jim doesn't get that pick, it's an entirely different game.
For
being
sure.
down 7 versus being down 3 or 4 is
Yeah, very
Yeah.
huge. Okay, so we're switching over to women's game with Ontario versus. Can you see the scoreboard, David?
Yep,
who they're playing?
Newfoundland.
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 Excellent.
And
Very fun.
Great job, as you see there, exiting the screen. Johnny Tuesday, your legend lives on. So it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah. How could he lose?
So I watched the Ontario women yesterday, and they.
Is that the game you were announcing?
That was the game I was announcing.
Nice.
yeah.
Who were they playing? Oh, Quebec, right?
They played Quebec.
I tuned in
Yeah.
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like your
close game.
broadcast.
Well, thank you,
Yeah.
David.
Yeah.
Oh, Sunday
Oh.
dinner on me.
It was a nice shot she made for the last, and the Quebec made her draw against 2 for the win, or the loss if she lost it. So, yeah, it was a good job by Quebec putting that pressure on.
It's definitely back and forth.
Yeah. Newfoundland Vice here.
And that's Jennifer Taylor.
Just a little too thin there, but her shooter did stay on for her third shot. So probably doesn't matter too much for Ontario right now, who doesn't have the hammer and they're down 1. So they're looking to stay on the offensive, coming around this center guard again.
So the third, Chris Wannon, is being asked to draw around by skip Jody McCutcheon.
Yeah, nice looking delivery there. Sweeping this one for Curl. Weight looks pretty nice. Be nice if they could chip off this and not leave a double.
Nicely done.
Yeah, that's a nice shot.
Good separation.
They left a back double, but not one to get into the middle, and that's the most important part here. That rock on the top of the forefoot right now is in a great spot for Ontario.
The takeout being called.
Yeah, by Newfoundland's Vice here, coming down
Yeah,
the sheet.
Jennifer Taylor.
Skip acting like it's outside. Be nice to hang around here behind the corner guard. That could sit for a second. That'd be a great shot. And just a little bit too far.
Okay, so Jody McCutcheon asking for a draw around the corner guard.
Yep, I like this call.
For Swannon is the third, delivering the stone.
I think a lot of teams would be tempted to go around the center guard here, but you're kind of opening yourself up to Newfoundland being almost forced into playing that center guard run back. And if your stones are grouped in there, it could be potentially a run back double. And worst case scenario for Ontario is they play the run double and they actually stick it behind the guard, and your end's pretty much over. Which is a little chip there. Whoa, stop sweeping, stop sweeping. That's not that bad. That's
Yep, bit of separation.
That's not much of a double, but decent break for Ontario. I think Newfoundland does. If they could make a hit on this blue and kind of flop behind that yellow guard on top of the blue, they really cut down the rings in the scoring area for Ontario. It would be a nice shot.
Yep, force Jody McCutcheon to draw the forefoot for her second point.
We see Wendy Dunn going down the ice here to deliver her first gets stone. And as we go around the rink, Northern Ontario is looking good against the Manitoba. Men, yes. They followed up that steal of 3 with a steal of 1 and 4 and a steal of 3 and 5, and now lead that 8-1. And will look to be a lot of close ends, but Northern Ontario getting the best of them. Sheet 2, Quebec women leading the Yukon Territories women 8-2. Last stone being delivered right now.
Wendy Dunn.
And Yukon had a draw for 2, but come up just like great effort by the sweepers, just off by a few inches. So now Quebec lead it 8-3 with hammer.
So Jody McCutcheon, the Ontario skip, calling for a hit on this. and that would leave them sitting 3 Ontario Rocks, Blue Rocks.
Which way did she call the roll? Is she rolling behind the center or to the wing?
No, to the wing.
The wing? Yeah.
Yep, that's
I could see either in this situation. To the wing's good because, like I mentioned previously, it doesn't open you up to that run back double, but it does open you up to them throwing that freeze. If they're able to freeze on that Ontario rock that's behind the center guard, it cuts down you to maximum 2, and you do have to hit the forefoot.
sure, and you probably like her trying the run back.
Exactly. You never hate your opponent throwing a run back, especially if they miss it. You get, assumingly, you get 4.
Yep.
Going hard on the outside
Sweeping for the
sweeper here.
curl. Yeah. Ontario did
It
this
looks
a
like a
lot
nice
last
shot.
night. Swept for the curl.
Oh,
Is she gonna stick
great
around?
shot! Great
Yeah,
shot.
very nice. Okay, so what's Wendy Dunn going to do in response? Oh,
She had a couple
talking
options.
about freezing to the back one and kind of conceding the deuce.
Yeah, it's conceding a deuce isn't terrible here for her now.
Yeah.
I mean, we just tuned in. I don't know what the ice is running like. Making that freeze is great. And they're calling a
Asking for
timeout.
Timeout.
Calling
So-
their teammates down, having a team discussion. That's always
Yeah.
great. Good to have their input.
So did you update the final on sheet 5?
I did not know. I
Okay,
stopped.
so-
So 5 and 6 are all yours.
Okay, so sheet 5, we have a final score in the men's Nova Scotia versus PEI. The Nova Scotia men won that game 9-2.
Blue Nosers?
The Blue Nosers, yeah, I'm not sure which club they're out of. And on sheet 6 or sheet F, Manitoba versus New Brunswick women, they're just changing the score. New Brunswick is leading that game 3-2, and they're just starting their 7th end.
Our Travelers Insurance Research team just dug up that the Team Nova Scotia men are from the Bridgewater Curling Club. So congratulations to Nicholas Deagle, Robert Phillips, Jason von Vonderen, and Ryan Sperry. Nice win, boys.
Mm-hmm. Battle of the East Coast.
Yeah, it's always nice. Good bragging rights in the Maritimes.
It is.
Who has the
buys
best
lobster?
I was going to say, who has the best lobster?
No, I
Who's
was
the
gonna
best
say,
lobster
who
and
buys
who's the best curling
lobster?
team?
Uh,
Yeah. I think the person with the worst lobster has to buy the best lobster from the best lobster. Or is best lobsterers? Is that a bird?
I
Now?
don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I like the seafood chowder myself.
Chowder was nice. We were out in PEI earlier this month and had a lot of chowder.
Yeah, we were at the Road to the Roar watching David. Again, the mother can say it, the son can't, but great host committee in Summerside, Prince Edward Island.
Yeah. It was a great event. Amazing to be a part of. And congratulations to John Morris on his repeat performance.
Oh, nice.
And Brendan Botcher.
Okay, so we were doing those updates and chatting about the rest of the season of champions, and I'm not sure what Wendy Dunn has decided to do on her last rock, or if she has
I think she's looking at the freeze.
decided finally.
I always like the pants where you get the flag on the back half. They're still discussing it. You got several good options here. I don't hate either. You could come and hit your yellow on this outside left, and as long as you play it with relatively quiet weight, it kind of just naturally flops in behind that corner guard in your second shot.
She's trying the big shot though, the run back.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure at this point in the end I'd be doing that.
No,
I'd like to outcount those other two blue and
Yeah, giving up 2 here is not the end of the world. You have a 1-point lead, and being down 1 going into 7 isn't terrible. You can blank, you can score your 2, even get forced to 1 and you steal the 8th. Like there's lots of good options. Giving up a 4 here is pretty detrimental. This seems unnecessarily risky to me.
Now, if it's like me watching you when I was coaching you play bantams, David, she's going to make it and show us what do we know.
If it was when I was playing bantams, I would hit the wrong rock first and still make it. and then still celebrate. Calling them on. Looks close. On and off. Looks real close.
Yeah. Oh, just over curled.
That's unfortunate. He came really close to making that, like a good throw.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the result is devastating to Newfoundland.
Yep.
It would be nice to see her play a more conservative shot and keep the game alive.
Jody McCutcheon has the opportunity to draw for 4.
Yeah. And take your time with this one, because this is a big shot.
Yep.
The difference between being up 2 going into 7 and the up 3 is huge. Yeah. Take an extra second, clean, give her rock a second clean.
Still remember Brad Gushu talking about the final game for the gold medal in Torino and how he just chucked the shot because his adrenaline was pumping so hard.
Was that the shot for 6 they had? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Mark made 2 pistols and yeah.
Anyway.
Did Brad have like a draw for 6?
He had a draw.
Draw
Yeah.
for 6, yeah.
Yeah.
I think did they only get 5? Sweep it.
One less than they
Close.
could
Hard.
have anyway.
Hard.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's that could have been saved by sweeping. That did not miss that blue by very much.
Yep. The front end had communicated that the weight was a little hard. They could have played the audible. And
Yeah, the plan B.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is still a game here. Yeah.
So Ontario 4-2 over Newfoundland, but 2 ends left to play. Certainly Newfoundland's not out of it by any chance. There we have Susan Chen delivering her rock. Being asked to come top 4. Of course, it's Wendy Dunn to decide whether to deal with it or throw up a corner. Susan's rock is heavy and slipping back 8, just fighting back 12.
Yeah, that's good for Newfoundland.
Susan Ennis being asked to put up a corner.
Heffernan indicating that she thinks this one's heavy and may slip into the rings. Would not be a good option here for Newfoundland. They need this guard in play. A blank end or a 4th is not good for them at all.
No. So Jody McCutcheon asking Susan Chen to remove the Newfoundland rock.
Nice looking slide there by Susan.
Sweepers not touching
Jody
it.
calling close, but the sweepers are not anywhere near it.
I like a broom down just in case pick up some debris, but
Yeah, especially if she's that close. Like she dead
Yes.
knows that.
Oh, yeah.
You can be cleaning that, yeah.
yeah.
As we saw on the second end in our feature game, Ontario Northwest Territories, a pick can be pretty devastating.
Oh, for sure.
So
yeah.
it doesn't hurt to have somebody cleaning it. I think Newfoundland called the hit here, and I'm not a fan of that. In a situation like this, where you have 2 opponents' rocks in the rings and you're down and you want to generate some offense, like
yeah, I would like trying to freeze on that one and that she was trying to hit or
I would
throw up a
suggest
corner.
Yeah, I would suggest it. A guard try to throw it tight, but right kind of in the middle of them.
Yeah.
Make there a lot of options where they can't hit it in a
Yeah.
good spot.
Even
Like
guarding.
if they nose it and they leave a guard, that's great. If they're a little bit off either side and they jam it on one of yours, it's great for you.
For sure.
Yeah.
Even guarding that one that she hit, because the next one,
Oh yeah, it's behind the tee line.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can freeze on
absolutely.
it. Yeah.
That's not great
So
either. So they
that's-
got Newfoundland has
Kelly-
some work to do with. Oh,
Kelly
I thought
Williams
you would
sweep.
bump this a little bit, not throw it just directly in front of it.
Yeah, Kelly Williams slipped a little deep on that, so gives Andrea Heffernan a chance to come down on the rocks in the house. Now that's looking like it's going to bump if it gets to it.
Yeah, it's
Looks a
it's
little-
out there right now.
Yeah,
but it's a
looks-
nice looking throw by Heffernan. She's
Looks
trying to come back.
backline-ish to me.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna curl enough.
Yeah,
It'd be really nice to
Oh,
cross the
there's-
face of this rock.
yeah.
Yeah, it just hangs out on the outside just a little bit. And yeah, it's almost a kind of skipper's mistake.
Yeah,
You have a lot of tolerance to be a good shot crossing the face of that.
yeah, yeah.
And you're in somewhere
A lot
where
of
it's
catchers on the other side.
exactly somewhere where it's not easy for Ontario to remove it. Anywhere on the outside here, it gives them some options. So
And they're not even cleaning this rock.
no, but I think it's fine. It looks like a good shot to me. You want to roll out here. Well,
Oh, for sure, but you don't want to over curl.
you don't want to miss it. No.
You know.
Be interesting to see what they call here.
Mhm.
See, I like in this situation. You have a great pocket right
Yeah.
behind this rock in the back four. Those two in the back 12, back 8. If you could draw almost around those, or even open, kind of back 8 foot, throw the out turn here. It's really great if you can get there, and it's really, really hard to remove
Yeah.
for Ontario. I don't think you have to worry about this shot rock right now. Good
Yeah, a
coach of
lot
mine
of-
once said, don't worry about being shot, worry about being second shot and having access to first shot.
For sure.
Yeah, and I think,
Yeah, I think a lot of club curlers worry about getting shot early instead of having it set up nice.
Oh, I agree. Every
So what do you think about this? Ontario putting the pressure on, calling the draw into the house, ignoring that top yellow.
yeah, this is Chris's first shot. Admittedly, it's a good opportunity for them, but it seems a bit early for me. I thought this might be a call you might see on Jody's first. If you say you put this top 12, even top 8, and you don't kind of wrap around that top yellow, and Newfoundland likes a really nice tap freeze on the button, or even tap and make a little bit of room for themselves. It's looking fairly good for their 2.
Yeah. Or if you're heavy and make the pocket back there even bigger.
Yeah.
That pretty nice looking shot. Yeah.
Well, it's wide open now, and I'm wondering if they can play a double or even a triple and kind of roll over to the side here.
But I'm
As
pretty sure that's what
Newfoundland,
the
I'm
call
pretty
was.
happy. I thought they were trying to go top 12, kind of tuck a piece in,
Okay.
or top 8 almost, tuck a piece
Tuck
in
a
behind
piece.
that
Okay.
yellow, which even by itself, I think Ontario could probably freeze still on that rock back button. I would have liked to see them hit that top 12 rock.
Yeah, that's what I would have been calling all day.
Just looks wide right now. Wendy waving the sweepers off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a horrible result. Just
Yeah.
gotten rid of
Pretty
a couple.
important to leave that. Oh, they're still calling it though. So
Yeah.
I would argue the horrible result if Ontario chose to hit this top 12 one. But the fact that they're leaving around there, leaving that rock in play, leaves you some options.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Saw the Ontario skip ignore some opposition rocksmen. Shouldn't have hammer yesterday afternoon.
Okay.
Worked out for her.
Have you ever played against Wendy?
No.
No? For those of you who don't know, Patty Staples, my co-commentator, was at the Travelers Provincials last year, finishing 1-3 or 2-2 in the round robin.
No, I think it was 1 and 3.
1-3, and
Yeah.
missing out on playoffs.
Yeah.
Still, regional champions.
Yeah, didn't make it a family affair at
Well, it's
Travelers
still
Nationals.
Still was technically a family affair.
It was a family affair. I was just babysitting and cheering.
Well,
Instead of
I
playing.
meant the dad was playing.
Yeah, Dad was
Great
playing.
shot there.
Yeah.
Great shot by Newfoundland.
Oh, the lovely shot.
Leaving no double for Ontario,
Yeah.
and they have to be on the ball where they leave the shooter with this rock.
Yep.
They can't nose this, or else they leave a double back for Wendy. And it should go without saying, but they definitely can't jam it on that back blue.
Absolutely.
Yeah. 3
Yeah.
would be a big momentum swing back to Newfoundland.
Definitely. Yeah, huge. As Mike Harris would say, huge.
Mike Harris would say, devastating mistake. Terrible. Awful. The worst. I think my favorite quote by Mike, and I love Mike, he's a great guy, very smart curler, great coach. It's getting worse before it's getting better.
You know, she's hanging out here a bit.
No,
She gonna jam?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I saw that look on the Chris Wannon's face as she walked away from that. It's hard to hide your disappointment on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, you like hitting that top yellow earlier.
Oh, yeah.
If it's not there, it can't count.
Exactly. Knows this rock and
Sitting 3.
yeah.
Forces Ontario, you know, to try to come around the center guard, I'm assuming, or
Oh, really? I thought they would
Or
try
hit
some
and roll.
double. I thought they would try to run that yellow that's there back into that back 12
Sure.
one. I mean, I think if Newfoundland knows this, technically there's a triple. I don't know how.
Maybe in your
I don't know
world.
how hard Wendy throws it, but she's got a nice low throw. She's kind of up on her toe a little bit. She leans into it. I think she get one
I'm
humming
not
down
sure
there.
this is staying around.
I think it's staying.
But it's Jody, is the Ontario skip that.
Hung on. Nice shot.
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
not Wendy. Yeah.
Yeah, Jody would have to make that
Yeah. Good correction.
that triple. Okay. So they're discussing the call. They looked at the top one and trying for the double, and then she looked at the back one and trying for the roll behind to sit shot.
Yeah, both fair calls. It's whatever I think you make more often. They're both pretty great shots.
Looks like she's
I think this
trying
one
for the double.
has a probability in it. Ooh. Chris Wannon just pointed out, if you do hit this a little thin, the possibility of jamming it on that blue rock that was left around earlier, and
Bring a 4 into
potentially
play.
kick a 4 into play. Yeah, that would be a huge swing.
So we have another final on sheet 2, women's game, Quebec versus the Yukon Territory. Quebec won that game 10-3.
Yep. Congratulations, José. Ooh, I don't know how to pronounce her last name.
Leperron.
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 Yes, of course, because you announced the last game.
Yes, I did. I practiced.
Yep. Congratulations. Nice game by them.
Okay, so Jody's decided to hit the back shot rock, hopefully roll a bit behind the top yellow,
Yep.
and leave Wendy Dunn a difficult shot for her 3.
Yep. Fair enough. Safe call.
Yeah. I like eliminating rocks.
Yeah. The thought of accidentally hitting that top 12 a little too thin and jamming it on that blue and giving them forward. Just,
Yeah,
it doesn't
make-
sit right.
No, makes it a lot less appealing.
They never looked at hitting this outside one at all. If you threw normal weight at that, or even, let's say, like a little solid, I think it brings in the possibility of rolling behind the center. But also, if you hit it a little bit thinner, you almost make the double. If you
Sure.
hit like a thin half of it or a third of it, I think
Yeah.
the angles were decent.
Yeah,
Like you're hitting it steep enough an angle, the momentum should carry over.
sure. It's just biting the 12-foot though, so you wonder, have they had many rocks down that path, and
Yeah,
do they know
it's
the
not a
broom
place
placement?
you want to play a pressure shot late in the game, that's for sure.
No. So over in sheet 6, Manitoba and New Brunswick are all tied up 3 each, playing the 8th end. That's the women's game.
Yep, New Brunswick has the hammer. Looking pretty junky right now. Manitoba with a good one on the top 4, but New Brunswick with a frozen rock right there.
Here's Wendy Dunn delivering. She needs to take this rock out and sit for her 3rd point, and
Jennifer
It's
Taylor
looking
calling
pretty
them on,
good.
cleaning it on and off, on and off. Looks like a nice shot.
has it over curled?
No, I don't.
No,
Yeah,
lovely
great
shot
shot there
for
by
3.
Wendy. Perfect.
Yeah. So Newfoundland Labrador leads 5-4
Yeah, nice
after
shot.
7,
And
but
what a-
Ontario has the hammer.
Yeah,
So
what a turnaround. We're going to have a tight finish here.
1 up without. Strategy simple.
Yeah, I think Wendy has some pretty good supports here. I heard the crowd kind of explode downstairs
Yeah.
when she made that shot.
Yeah, some people made the trip from the Rock to Kingston.
Yeah,
It's good.
it's closer than Kelowna.
It is closer than Kelowna. And we're back.
That's when you need a squirrel hanging from a piece of wire with the saying, hang in there.
So we have another final on sheet 1 or sheet A. Northern Ontario winning over Manitoba, the men,
Yeah.
9-2.
And that's a big win for Northern Ontario. That's Manitoba is a very strong province when it comes to curling, so that's got to feel good for them.
Yeah. And I believe Jody McCutcheon is asking Susan Chen for the tick shot on that Newfoundland Labrador center guard.
Yes. Would you call this?
I love the tick shot. It's pretty high
Take shot when
guard,
you're down
though.
one, though?
Oh, when you're...
You're not tied, you're down one.
Oh, yeah, no, not likely.
No.
No. You're
You're-
right.
you're in the
I was
race
thinking
now.
the score was...
Yeah, if you're tied, I love the tick shot. But this is an unusual call to me.
yeah.
Let's see
So
let's see
we'll
what Wendy does. Yeah, I think
Oh.
she hits this. I mean, if you make it with that weight that she threw, that kind of just threw weight, and you leave 2 corner guards, it's an amazing shot, but it's
Yeah.
a very risky shot. I would have liked to see Ontario throw a corner guard there.
Yeah, no, I was thinking the score was the opposite way. I agree.
Yeah. Looks like a nice shot here. Are they sticking around? Yeah.
Yep.
Arguably didn't need to stick around here.
So this is interesting. She's
She calling it
calling
again?
the same thing. Yeah.
Really? Huh.
So I guess she's happy to tie and play the extra without.
Well, if you throw that kind of just like back line weight, you probably are going to leave 2 guards, but outside sweeper going on this.
Yeah, trying to get some curl.
Yeah. It's not very much weight. They might just make the come around. That's, in my opinion, that's a great shot. Come around by itself, yeah.
It's Wendy calling. I think we're up to seconds, right? Andrea Heffernan.
Oh, yeah.
Andrea Heffernan to come down and sit on that rock.
Yeah. Taylor and Ennis going on that one, trying to get as far as they can. It's coming up a little late. Looks like it's in the top 12. It's not bad. That's a pretty good position. Wendy Dunn just tripping over that back 12 one there a little bit. And they have that awkward skipper's conversation about, well, how much did I kick that one? Probably just a little bit. Does that one look right to you? Okay, why not? And hopefully it doesn't come into play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You would hate to have a measure on that rock. And we can't exactly hear them, but Chris Wannon's walking down the sheet now.
Yeah.
Having a talk with the skipper there.
The rest of the team wanted timeout for a little discussion about this. Jody McCutcheon, I believe the call was a draw into the house. Get another one
Yeah.
in with her blue.
Yeah, I should mention, Ontario doesn't have a ton of time here. We're down to 2 minutes and 50 seconds. And doesn't matter. They do have a timeout, but I'm not sure if they have both theirs or just the one. They don't have a ton of time right now. And for that matter, neither is Newfoundland. They're at 3 minutes and 38 seconds, which is a lot better than 2.5, which Ontario is sitting at now.
I think you're looking at the wrong time clock.
Which one's that?
They're on sheet D.
Oh, they did call a timeout. Okay.
Yes, they did call a timeout.
Both teams are fine for time, and it won't come into play. But Manitoba only has 2 minutes to deliver their last 2 stones. Probably a doable feat. I missed that giant letter in the middle of the time clocks to indicate what sheet.
Oops. Sorry about that. So,
You just fall and hit your microphone?
my headset hit the microphone.
Forgot you had Mickey Mouse ears sticking out the side of your head.
I'm trying to look at what the skip's indicating, and I have to kind of preen around the corner to.
Call the wide enter and draw?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
So
good
this
if you
is
make it.
Kelly Williams delivering the rock, is second for Ontario.
Skippers think sweepers think it's a little heavy. Oh, gotta go line. Panic call by the
Wow.
sweepers, and oh, geez, that is light.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably
get off it. Let it sit. Sit. Ah,
probably slightly different path from what they've been
yeah.
throwing.
As you do get later in the games, ice tends to vary a little bit.
Yeah.
I would argue though it gets slower and straighter though. Usually you don't get more curl as the ice breaks down.
Sure. But I think it's just was slower than they expected.
Yeah, slower
maybe.
and then it breaks earlier.
Yeah.
This
So unfortunately, it
is
opened up
out
the
there.
shot
Is it? I think it
rock.
might be on the guard.
Oh. You're
No,
right.
and trade misses.
Trading mistakes.
Steve Whitehill, the head official, stopping by, say hi in the booth.
Not head official, but definitely
sorry,
one of the best.
Yeah, the best official, maybe not the head.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, Chris Hannon, or Wannon, sorry, delivering her rock.
Throwing the draw the wing here. I like that. Try to lure them away from that center guard and tempt them into hitting this one in the wing.
It'll be interesting now if Wendy Dunn changes strategies, and instead of trying to limit them to one, goes for the steal.
Yeah, and I would like to see Wendy. You could hit this, try to roll in. I can't exactly tell how much air she has here, but throwing an out-turn draw here would be, even if you get it half buried in your second shot, it does a lot for your cause right now.
Yep, Jennifer Taylor delivering the stone for Newfoundland
Yep, hard.
Labrador.
Yep. See Heffernan there, hard on the inside. They're on off it. I assume it's close.
Oh,
jeez.
just touched the top one. That's too
Good
bad.
scrub there by Newfoundland, but
Yeah.
just wicked that one. And unfortunately moved that yellow over to kind of block that out-turn draw that I previously mentioned.
Yeah.
If Ontario can make a nice draw here, kind of the 8 foot, and Christmas tree these, Newfoundland's going to be in trouble.
So Chris Wannon being asked to do exactly that. Important not to slip too deep on this.
No, you don't want to be T-line or better right here. You want this in the top house.
Yep. 8 foot is even enough.
Yeah, you just want to count that top 12 one. All in top 8, so that's really good right now. Yeah, they're already second shot. And Ontario front end working hard on this one. They're going, they're close.
Yeah, it's looking like a pretty nice shot
Yeah.
from Chris Wannon.
And not quite third shot there. But it's pretty good. It completely covers that Ontario stone. It makes life tough for Newfoundland.
Wendy Dunn indicating the double on those two rocks, though.
Yeah. She could get this a little bit high and nose. Potentially send that blue that they're sending back over towards that other blue. Jennifer Taylor bringing the heat here. Well out of her hands. Might have an option though to hit that back blue. I hope they're keeping an eye on that. With all these center guards though, Wendy Dunn's gonna have some options here.
Oh, definitely.
Where Jennifer Taylor just left her shooter over there on the edge of the 12 foot. Say,
Chris Wannon.
even if Chris Wannon makes this shot, like, great, just like she did the last one, she could always try to hit her own rock over there in the right side of the 12 foot and kind of roll top 4 foot, potentially for shot. You throw quite enough weight and make it really tough on Ontario.
Yeah.
The fact that the center is crowded right now favors Newfoundland heavily. That's a nice shot. Might be.
I think
not
the
sure if it
double's
curled
there.
enough. Can they make
Yeah.
the double and roll though? The double
I
by itself's not great, but the
Oh, I think
double
you
and
can
roll
make
is
the
huge.
double and roll center.
Yeah. Even the roll by itself's pretty great. Even
Yeah.
if you don't make the double.
Sure.
Like throw hack
Sure.
at this.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Steve Whitehill, biggest shot of the game right now. It's been a back and forth game.
Yeah. We're the last game out on the ice now, so
Yep. Both teams with ample time. Clock shouldn't come into effect. You can see Ontario kind of dancing over there on the left. Got some moves.
probably to keep warm.
It's got to be cold out there. You're the only people out there. Calling them off. It looks outside right now. Jennifer Taylor waving the sweepers off. Keep in mind here, making the double in the center two blues is pretty good. Oh.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, even just a straight hit and roll. Need to come inside.
Yeah, yeah. Missing inside is definitely the option on that one.
So Jody McCutcheon staying true, trying the draw in, get part of it tucked, and still protect your shot rock.
Good news for Wendy Dunn right now. There's not a ton of tolerance with this shot. The center guard is kind of far away enough from the blue with line that there's a very small area where you can actually not leave it kind of a double and roll in, or the hit and roll in just on the back one.
Sweepers are picking it up pretty quick.
Yep, we're going. Line looks good to me.
Yeah,
a little wide, if anything, I would say, but
responding,
yeah,
indicating that the line's
Sweepers
good.
are still working hard on it. Got to
Yeah.
get there. Would love to be over that yellow. Nice shot. But I think Wendy. I think they're still trying that double.
Mhm.
I wouldn't hate them to see some quiet weight kind of draw in here.
Time being
Draw
called.
to the top button almost. Play that intern side. And you could potentially wick off that blue and still spin to space kind of buried behind your top 12 yellow. And force Ontario to play a tough in-off. See Rick and Jan Warren in the background contemplating over the shot. Some other fans from home. Some people waving. Might have been Susan in the background there.
I think it was Susan Hannon, one of my teammates.
Hi, Susan.
Okay, big shot here for Wendy Dunn, do or die.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you're pretty comfortable right now as Ontario, but Wendy could can I kind of take the wind out of your sails with this. Bring in some heat.
The nice
Looks
thing.
outside right now. Don't think it's good.
No.
Might be able to make that outside double.
And
Make
she's
them make
wide
that same
again.
draw. Yeah, might get the double. Okay.
Okay.
Ontario's
So-
got to make a shot.
Yep.
It's something. Yeah. Unfortunately, she for
Just
Newfoundland, she just threw this exact same shot. So
Yeah. Full 8 foot will do it.
yeah, I don't like the chance of Skip missing a shot they just made, but you never know. After all, this is club curling.
It's club curling.
Yeah, but it's championship club curling, so I like her odds.
Yeah. Yep, she won a lot of games to get here.
Oh yeah, it's a long road for Ontario. Got to win your club, and then your regionals, and then 4-day provincials. And that was only 2 weeks ago, so you got to figure they have quite a bit of momentum going to it. Sweepers. I think it's close, but they don't need it. Okay,
No.
they're on it a little bit.
Yeah.
They think it's all there. I got a 14.25. I like it.
Bye.
Yep, Newfoundland's getting ready. And there you see the hand wave. Nice shot.
Good shot by
Great
Jody
clutch
McCutcheon.
there. Nice job, Team Ontario.
Yeah, makes
was
it a 6-5 final for Ontario over Team Newfoundland Labrador. Well
Yeah.
done.
And at least a second clutch draw for the win by Ontario skip Jody McCutcheon.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I didn't see how their earlier game went this morning, but
Again, thanks to Travelers for making this Club Curling Championship possible.
Travelers
and our
Insurance, thank you very much.
local sponsors, Print Fusion, Bathworks, Kingston 150.
And the Shorelines Casino, where the tables are always hot. BMW Kingston, J.E. Agnew Food Services. I actually worked there for a few years. Great employers, and for those who don't know, they're all the local Tim Hortons, so I strongly recommend supporting them, and you probably already will anyway.
And-
Taylor Auto Mall, Petrie Ford, Kingston Dodge, all great options. BMW Kingston, Kingston Brewing Company, all the way in Hutchinson.
Thank you.